Hi everybody and welcome back to Leeds Lately for the live watch along, excuse me, not a great start is it, for the live watch along of Leeds United versus Ipswich, sorry I've got Ipswich on my mind because I've just seen them lose to Norwich City, but Leeds are playing Coventry away. Ipswich, like I said, have just lost to Norwich, their fiercest rivals, and gives Leeds a huge opportunity to go back top of the table. Of course, Leicester City are playing as well at the same time, so I would ask somebody to keep us updated on that. It's usually down in the chat below, so make sure you do keep me updated if any goals go in the Leicester City game. I think that's a 3 o'clock kickoff as well. And also, welcome to all of our Leeds Lately members, including Karen Curtin, Render, LUFC, CB, Ben, Rad Music Chat, Chewy Backer, and I think that's all we've got so far. And welcome to you Leeds Lately members. If you want to become a member, hit that join button down below. And then, of course, there are the rest of you as well who are coming and supporting the channel, so that's great. So thanks everybody for joining me for this watch along. We shall have a little look at the lineup now, because one big thing is that Ilya Gruev is back in midfield. So same team: Melia, Gray, Rodon, Ampadu, Firpo, Kamara and Gruev, except Byram comes out and Gray goes back to right back. Gruev goes into the midfield. Then you've got James, Jorginho and Somerville in behind Patrick Bamford. So like William Williams says, great lineup, because Leeds really missed having Gruev in there, and I think having an out-and-out holding midfielder will help us play so much better in this game. So I'm hoping for a big result. Like I said, Ipswich have lost their game 1-0 against Norwich City, their rivals, and Leeds have the chance to go back to the top of the table. Let's have a little look. EFL Championship. Okay, so if we look at the table now, Ipswich have now played 41 and Leeds have played 40, and they're only 1 point ahead of us. So if we win, we can go 2 points clear of them on the same amount of games, which would be huge given where we are in the season. Of course, after today, there are only 5 games to go. And then Leicester, of course, also play against Birmingham City at 3 o'clock. Let's pin the live score as well for that, so that hopefully I get updates on that. But yeah, so if Leicester lose and Ipswich have lost and we win, then it just really helps. Ben from Mad Music Chat saying Norwich was impressive, to be honest. I think a lot of the commentary team and the pundits in the studio were actually saying that actually Ipswich were a little bit disappointing in going forward and lacked the kind of potency that we've seen from them all season. So I don't know whether the occasion got the better of them, or whether sometimes you just come to the end of a run, and hopefully the best time possible for Ipswich to come to the end of that run is right now, as Leeds are trying to push for their promotion. So yeah, I'm hoping that Leeds can do a job here on Coventry City and go back top of the table. I'm just going to go and look at who's on the bench to make sure that we cover that off as well, because Connor Roberts is back, I think, again, and I think so is Nonto. So most people coming back in then. Let's have a look. Welcome Samuel. Welcome everybody who's joining. Of course, only a few minutes now to go to kick off. Just 5 minutes to go. So substitutes: Darlow, Roberts, Byram, Cresswell, Cooper, Anthony, Nonto, Piru and Joseph. Of course, the big stories there are Connor Roberts is back and Willie Nonto's back as well. So that is massive for us, having them on the bench. I'm good, thank you, CB. Appreciate the concern, or the, I don't know, just being nice. But yeah, appreciate that. But yeah, I'm absolutely I'm golden, mate, and I'm looking forward to a big game in the Championship, to be honest. I think Leeds have got enough to do the business on Coventry City. Why do I keep forgetting Coventry's name? But of course, just a little warning, and we will warn before kickoff as well. If a goal goes in this game that we're watching here, please do not let me know until it is on the scoreboard on your screen here, because otherwise I won't have seen it and it'll spoil it for me. So try not to do that, please. And also, another public service announcement. My PC should be fine, I think now. But if the stream does crash, don't go anywhere. I'll be back in less than 2 minutes, let's say. So if the stream crashes, sorry, don't go anywhere. I'll be back. But hopefully it doesn't. Paul Cooper saying, afternoon, everyone. Come on, Leeds is a chance to grab a top 2 spot. Absolutely, it is. Hopefully we get the business done, because God, it's going to be nerve-wracking. Hopefully as well, we score early, because usually we leave it a little bit and then it's more worrying. Let me just have a look back at the league table again. Yeah, Leeds are still second at the moment. And if we win, we'll still be top, even if Leicester win as well. So, what is Southampton even in it anymore? Let's have a look. So Southampton win their 2 games in hand on us. It takes them up to 80 points. So they'd still be 6 points behind automatic promotion with 5 games to go. It's not insurmountable, but it's a big task, a big ask for somebody like Southampton to come back and to overtake a 6-point deficit with 5 games to go. So hopefully they don't win. Who are they playing today? Okay, so Southampton are playing Blackburn, and Blackburn smashed Sunderland, didn't they, recently? So hopefully Blackburn are on a big up tilt in form, and that they can go and beat Southampton as well and just keep them way out of things. Coventry, of course, trying to get any closer to Norwich. If Coventry win their 2 games in hand, essentially, they can actually go within a point of Norwich, coming down to the last 5 games. So even though Norwich have won today, the playoffs are still on for Coventry, and they'll be looking to get a result today. So they're not going to roll over and let us win. So it's got to be a tough game, but I believe we've got what it takes to do it. As well, guys, we are back on, or I am back on Joe's channel after this game. I'm going to quickly do my match reaction and try and upload that, and then I'm going to jump on Joe's reaction on his channel as well. So go and check that out after this stream, because I should be there as much as I can try and quickly get the match reaction done. Oh, come on, Leeds. Come on, Leeds. How long's left now to kick off? Oh, about a minute. I feel like we may be a little bit behind on here, but even so. Anyway, as well, guys, make sure... actually, do you know what? First of all, for those of you who missed it, here's the lineup. Gruev comes back in midfield, replaces Byram. Players are coming out onto the pitch now, by the way. Gruev replaces Byram, and other than that, it's an unchanged team. Jorginho, James, and Somerville in behind Bamford in that midfield area. And of course, an unchanged back 2 again of Ampadu and Rodon, which really, really helps Leeds out. So, did you notice, by the way, I put the Ricoh Arena in the description and on Twitter, because I can't be dealing with the Coventry Building Society Arena. It's just oh, that's a coincidence, CB. That's literally just as I was talking about it. It's called the Coventry Building Society Arena, when really it should just still be called the Ricoh Arena. I like it when stadiums have their actual names still. Render saying no goal shout, smash the likes, people. Yeah, I second that. Please don't shout if a goal goes in at either end in this game. And also hit that like button. We've got 94 people in the chat and only 38 likes. Let's try and have a like spike, as somebody keeps calling it. I can't remember who it is that keeps saying that, but that's what we want. We want a like spike. Leeds players wearing the pink today, the rhubarb and custard kit, or the fruit salad kit, whatever people like to call it. Either way, it's the same combination of colours. Paul Cooper saying, I think we have the slightly easier running looking at the top 4 clubs. That said, every game is a banana skin at this stage. Be ruthless, Leeds. Absolutely. Especially in the Championship, there's no it seems like, yeah, you've got the easier running, but I think just anyone can beat anyone, can't they? And it's a blessing and a curse in terms of it's entertaining in the Championship, but when you're just trying to get promoted and there's no easy games, it's rather annoying. Players are just getting ready to take their positions. I think they're having a little huddle at the moment whilst the mascot is taking some pictures with the officials and the, what's it called? The club mascot, the big elephant thing. Spike the like or get on your bike. New catchphrase, CB. This lot will feel on highs through to the semis of the cup. Yeah. In Singapore these few weeks and watching along, cheered when Norwich game was full time. Yeah, that was a great result for us. Really great result for us. Oh yes, of course. Yeah, absolutely, Liam. Good shout. I think it's the anniversary today, isn't it, of Chris and Kev and their terrible, unfortunate loss in Istanbul all those years ago. So yeah, the heart goes out to the families of those affected by that. And hopefully, just as they would have wanted, Leeds would do them proud today and get a win. Ampadu is just having a little coin toss here. Lost my joke book, so I'm winging it today, CP says. Where's all our fans, Ben says. What fans? Come on, get on with it. Let's get kicked off, eh? It's about 3 minutes past now. Let's just get ready to... oh, yeah, of course. If you haven't already and you find you can't put anything down in the chat below, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That's why you won't be able to put anything in the chat below. But I'm just going to get ready to set off the timer. We ready, everyone? Just about to kick off. Patrick Bamford to take the kick. Leeds have won the toss. Let's hope they win the game as well. We're underway here at Coventry City. The ball played back to Ethan Ampadu. Now into Gruev, his first touches since coming back from that injury, which, of course, made us a lot worse in the games that he didn't play. Here's Rodon. Now Meslier. Across to Ampadu. Ellis Sims lazily walks towards him, or jogs towards him, should I say. Here's Kamara. Now Joe Rodon. Ampadu plays it out to Firpo in the left-back position, and he drops it back into Glenn Kamara. Little poked ball back to Ampadu, and then Leeds look forward again. Here's Kamara. Back to Ampadu. Now Kamara again. Is he going to go back to Ampadu? Ampadu again. He's Ampadu into the midfield now for Somerville, who's come deep to give it back to Ampadu again. Good ball from Ampadu into Jorginho. Gives the ball to Gray. Gray down the line here to Dan James, who cuts inside looking for an option. Plays it inside to Somerville. Lets it go to Bamford. Back to Somerville, but it's Archie Gray inside the box. Archie Gray tries to square it back across. He properly mishit that Archie Gray, and it's just bounced easily back to the Coventry City goalkeeper. But honestly, that was far too easy from a Coventry perspective for Leeds to get in behind there. But Archie needed to get a proper strike on the ball there. Long ball forward here towards Sims. His header goes backwards, but only to Ampadu. Here is Ampadu. Back to Meslier now. And then out to Rodon. Rodon into Bamford. Now Jorginho with a nice little touch and plays the ball across to Kamara. Kamara with a long ball forward towards Firpo, and perhaps we're seeing why Kamara doesn't often pass the ball that long of a distance, is what I mean. Of course, as we've started now and we've got plenty more people in the chat, make sure you don't say if a goal goes in this game, because I won't have seen it yet, because it's not that much of a delay. So no spoilers, please. Here's Ampadu. Firpo. Now Jorginho down the line to Somerville, but it's just gone past. Hi Penny, welcome. Hi Frank, welcome everybody. What kit are we playing in? The rhubarb and custard / fruit salad / Leeds City of Culture one. The pink one. The pink one. Here come Coventry with O'Hare, but it's a good tackle there by Firpo, and it's going to be a throw-in to Coventry City there. It's the Leeds City of Culture thing. Chewy Backer was the colour of it. Is the like almost the same pattern as well was it on school buses as well or something? Here's Coventry coming out from the back with one of their centre-backs. Breaks the press and now plays the ball through towards Sims, and then Ampadu takes a touch out wide, and then Ampadu's been knocked over in the box by Sims, and it's going to be Is Sims the one that's on loan from Everton? Somebody let me know. Is he on loan from a Premier League team, Ellis Sims, or was he signed by Coventry? Because I think I was always under the impression that he was like really up and coming good player, but in the games that I don't want to tempt fate, but in the games that we've played against him, I haven't seen him particularly even get involved in the game much, so I don't know whether it's just not the right system for him, he's just not very good, or what. That's going to be a goal kick there to Coventry City. Long ball forward here from the Coventry defender. Headed on towards Sims. Good tackle there by Rodon. And now Glenn Kamara can pick it up and play it down the line towards Somerville. Somerville over on the left wing now. Out wide. Looking for an option. Does really well there to go past his man. And now gives it inside to Jorginho. Jorginho with a good turn. But I feel like he was fouled there. But the ref's not giving anything. But Leeds are forcing them back here. And now I think they're going to be able to clear this one as Jorginho goes to close it down. Header won there by Firpo. Second ball won though by Coventry, but straight back to Firpo. Here's Glenn Kamara now. Now Jorginho, back to Firpo, back to Jorginho again. Leeds have got a good little break on here. Firpo, can he square the ball across the face of goal? Nearly an own goal. Here's Bamford, tries to shoot, goes out to the edge of the box. Gruev to shoot, headed away, and it's going to be a Leeds United throw-in. But Leeds are showing early signs here that we want to go out and get an early goal. Out on the left-hand side now, Firpo has got the throw-in. We're going to see a bloody replay now, but I want to see what's going on live because Leeds may be attacking again. Is that corridor of uncertainty again? Pulling the ball back from that touchline was what nearly caused him to score an own goal. Looks like Coventry have now regained possession. Great tackle there by Archie Gray. Now Kamara can pick it up and give it back to Firpo. Here's Ampadu. Now Ampadu again. Carries the ball forward now. I was giving the ball away, but very fortuitously it came back to him. Hi Justin, welcome. Here's Kamara. Here's Somerville. Looking for an option. Plays the ball out wide to Dan James across the face of goal, but then defended away there. And it's going to be... Was it offside? I feel like it might have been offside in the end. Somerville, yeah, he cuts across the box and Dan James has made a run on the outside and he tries to square it, but the defender slides in and takes that one out for a corner kick. No, it is going to be a corner kick to Leeds. Ilya Gruev stands over it. Plenty of Leeds players in the box. Ball comes in towards the back post. Headed down. Cleared away, only to the edge of the box, though, where Kamara can pick it up. Kamara with a great ball into Firpo. Now back to Jorginho. Jorginho is tackled there, and Sims can come away with it. Good tackle there, but it's actually going to be an advantage. And here come Coventry down the left wing here, looking for an option. Goes to shoot. Meslier has to make a good save in the end because there was a deflection. Coventry City go and win their... Good grief, been in chat since about 2:40 now. I find out I was about 5 minutes behind everyone else watching this. Yeah, it was a good save by Meslier because it deflected off either Gray or Rodon from right. Corner kick about to come in, one arm up. Right on the goalkeeper. Oh my God, that angle was awful. It looked like it had gone in. Then headed again, and then headed into the back of the net. Sims has just scored for Coventry. Coventry have just scored 1-0 to them. Ellis Sims just taps it in off the corner. I don't know what happened then. Leeds just did not get rid of the ball. I mean, we should have been 1-0 up by now with the chances that we've had. I don't know what that was about. So the corner comes in. It comes off the back of his head, and then the Coventry player puts it back into the box, and then it's headed up, and Sims just gets there in front of Meslier. Nah, terrible defending there. Yeah, nobody reacted to it. It just comes back, and a couple of headers inside the box, and he just goes and heads it in. Leeds have got to get back in this quick. Jorginho here. Back to Gruev. Now Kamara. Ampadu. Out wide to Firpo now. Here's Somerville. Somerville back to Ampadu again. You can see that everything goes through Ampadu at the back. Here's Firpo down the line to Jorginho. And that's going to be a Leeds throw in now on the halfway line. Nick Jennings saying caught cold again. We need to get back into it ASAP. Yeah, I think... Oh, Kamara's just been wiped out there. That was a foul. We had the chances to score already, so hopefully that was a sign that we should create plenty in this game. And if we get some of them, we can put one in, but we should not have conceded an early goal like that. Well, we never make it easy for ourselves, do we? So let's go out and come back from behind and win. Here's Ampadu. Plenty of time and space to come forward towards the halfway line now. Really got many options on, to be honest. He's just kind of looking for an option, and now he gives it to Firpo, gets it back Ampadu again. Now Gruev, who's almost dropped in to make a 3 now. Gives it to Gray. Gray to Rodon. Rodon's going to have to go back across to Ampadu. Ampadu with the chipped ball down the line towards Firpo, who heads it back to Somerville, but Firpo was offside. And now Coventry can have a free kick. Nick Jennings saying Covell want to play as they need the points too, so should be plenty of time. Yeah, like I said before we kicked off, there's Coventry are going for the playoffs. They've got 2 games in hand on Norwich, and if they win those 2 games in hand, they're within a point of Norwich going into the last 5 games. So they've got so much to play for as well. So it's about us really, really trying to, trying to stifle that, really. Trying to stifle that momentum that they'll want to have. Ball into the box now. They're going to have another shot. Good save by Meslier and then cleared by Ampadu. But Leeds are really, really playing with fire here. Nearly conceded again. Yeah, we say they're all over us, but they've had two chances really, and we really had some good chances early on. We just needed to put them in the back of the net. Free kick here to Coventry City just as we join the live action again. Yeah, Jorginho was the one who put that foul in. The players won't be panicking at this point. They'll be wanting to still impart their plan upon the game. Coventry getting ready to take this free kick then. Somerville makes a one-man wall against Bidwell, who looks like he's going to be the one to take it. And he is. Right towards the back post. Headed back across and cleared away by Firpo. Headed away by Gruev, but not far enough. O'Hare picks it up. Gives it back to another Coventry player, and now they have possession again on the halfway line. Ball from Van Nieuwijk all the way back to the goalkeeper. Hi, Jeff. Welcome. Is O'Hare. Loses the ball there, and Firpo can give that one back to Meslier nicely. Meslier with the ball up to the halfway line. Bamford wins that header really well there. Now Jorginho. Into Dan James. Dan James, can he get there? He can get there, and he wins Leeds a corner. Does really well there. I mean, Dan James is so quick that he was going to get to that. It was actually quite a poor ball by Jorginho in the end, and Dan James managed to get there and try and cut it back across, but he's won Leeds a corner. Yeah, just too much on it. Tony Dorigo agrees with me. That's how you know I'm not talking waffle. Ilya Gruev then going to be the one to take this corner kick. Let's hope Leeds can hit back with a corner kick of their own here. Ball comes in. Headed up and away. Somerville's going to get there. And he gives it back to Archie Gray on the halfway line. Now Kamara. Somerville. Somerville tries to play the ball through towards Jorginho, but Van Nieuwijk gets that one away. Here's Van Nieuwijk again. He's going to clear this one now. Long over the halfway line. And Ampadu can head that one down to Kamara. Kamara back to Ampadu. Here's Firpo. Just taking a bad touch there, and it's gone out for a throw-in. Leeds need to start creating again like they did in the early stages, because there was a couple of chances in those early stages, namely where Archie Gray was in the box. If he'd have blasted that across the face of goal or just done anything other than slice it, then just, yeah, we may have been 1-0 up before that even happened. Firpo blocks that, and it's going to be another corner here. Firpo did well to come and block that cross, but he should never have been behind him in the first place. O'Hare's going to be the one to take this free kick. Corner kick. O'Hare takes that one short. Inside now. Still on the edge though. And Leeds can start to try and force them back a little bit here. Dan James goes to press Bidwell. Bidwell puts the ball into the box. Goes to the back post. Shot. Hits his own player, Ellis Sims, and flies away from goal. Dan James is going to get there ahead of Bidwell here, and then Dan James is going to get fouled and win Leeds a free kick just inside the Leeds half. Ampadu now with the ball. We created some stuff early on, but since then we haven't really created anything, and Coventry seems to be able to create too much in front of our goal. Jorginho does really well there and gives the ball to Gruev. Now Kamara, back to Gruev again. Now Rodon can pick it up. Gives it out wide to Archie Gray, who's got a bit of space to maybe put the ball into the box here. And he does, towards the back post. Goes over everyone and it's going to go out for a throw-in on the other side. Not a great pass into the box there from Archie Gray. Not having the best game so far, Archie Gray, unfortunately. Van Uwijk then with the throw-in. Has he got a headband on, Van Uwijk, or is his hair just so perfectly round? He's Firpo. Kamara. Back to Ampadu. I think what Leeds are doing is not panicking and trying to rush to get an equaliser and just making sure that they still play their football regardless of what the score is, because there is so long left in the game. We're only in the 18th minute. Here's Meslier to Rodon. Now Ampadu again. To Jorginho, who's got a man on his back. Jorginho loses the ball there. Then Archie Gray wins it back, but it goes straight to Sims. Now out on the wide left for Coventry. Palmer plays it to Bidwell. Bidwell crosses it back across the box. It's gone past everyone, and hopefully Leeds can come and force this back again here. That's a bad pass there back to Van Uwijk, and they've been able to clear it in the end, Coventry, but could have been a mistake there from them. Here's Firpo. Manages to clear that one well. Good touch there from the Coventry player, who just brings it down halfway inside the Leeds half and then passes it back over the halfway line to his defenders. Here they come again. But Ampadu wins this one back, and now Jorginho, maybe a chance for a Leeds counter-attack here. Jorginho pokes it past a player and then loses the ball there. But Leeds are going to win it back through Firpo. No, they're not. It's going to be a foul. It's a very scrappy stop-start game at the moment here. I'm not even sure what the ref's given. That's how scrappy it is. Jorginho should have tried to play the ball over to Dan James on that break there. Dan James would have been in behind if Jorginho would have been able to play that ball into him. He's Firpo. Now Ampadu. Firpo again. Cleared there by Van Uwijk, who helps up Somerville. Or tries to, if Somerville didn't refuse it. Yeah, it is Penny, but hopefully they do it soon by not rushing and not forcing things and do it properly, but still. Here's Gray. It's going to be a throw into Leeds there. Mr. P saying just lazy that, having several chances earlier on, but players tripping over their own feet. Coventry, one chance from a free kick, goal against. Yeah, it is. It literally sums us up, but that's just what happens, isn't it? I don't know whether that's just what happens in the Championship or in a title race or just with Leeds United, but Jorginho loses the ball there, and now Palmer has it, and that's going to be a Leeds throw-in, and Jorginho's just gone down here right in front of Daniel Farke. Oh, no. Jorginho looks like he's in a lot of pain here. Looks like you won't be worrying about it for too long, William Williams, because I don't know what happened here. Oh, he was off the ball, really. I don't know what he did. I hope it's just an impact, but it was his knee he was holding, Jorginho, and he seems to be limping on. Seems to be going to play again. That was worrying for a second there. Jorginho to Archie Gray, who sends it long. Headed away by Coventry here. O'Hare plays it back, and then Palmer over the top towards Sims. Joe Rodon trying to get there ahead of Sims. Jorginho nutmegs Palmer, and then Gray with the ball down the line towards Bamford, who just can't keep that under his control there. He did chest it well, Bamford, but can't quite keep it under his spell. Firpo's just headed that one straight back to Sims. I don't know what he was trying. Here's Palmer. He's going to shoot from distance. Deflected, and Meslier is able to catch that one, but it was a more difficult shot to stop than you would imagine, that one, where it was moving and bouncing. No, I don't think he did take a deflection. It just bounced right in front of him. Here's Somerville, who can turn. Now Kamara. Back to Somerville again. Now Somerville again. He's getting fouled here, but he's still going, Somerville. And then eventually he wins it. But how many times are they going to pull his shirt and pull his arms back and grab his shoulders and push him before they get a free kick given against them? Here's Gruev. Now Firpo. Thanks, Timmy. Firpo again. Now Kamara. He's Ampadu. Gruev. Kamara again. Jorginho being tackled here. Loses the ball there, and Nathan Ampadu's going to have to come across and make a good tackle, and he does. So throw into Coventry then here. Hey, we've hit 100 likes already. Great stuff. Just Leeds are making silly mistakes here and just giving Coventry the ball back in the midfield areas. There's currently a round of applause, a minute's applause going on at the moment. If somebody could let me know what that is for, that would be great. Ampadu heads that one away. Then Jorginho goes for the second ball, doesn't know where it's gone. Now Van Nieuwijk, back forward again. Headed away by Ampadu. Ampadu's hurt his head there, I think, on the back of Gruev's head. Ampadu's got a head injury. I think he's going to have to go down here. I think he might be bleeding. He's Rodon. Rodon tries to play a ball forward there to Jorginho, but it's gone over the top of him and it goes back into... Was it? Oh yeah, it is. It's still for Chris and Kev, yeah, because it's the anniversary today. I thought it was because I thought it was the Coventry fans that had stopped it, but it's... Yeah, because they did it at the other game, didn't they? They did it last weekend for... or whenever it was, whenever we last played for Chris and Kev. Or because it was the... Ooh, bad tackle there from Coventry player, but Leeds allowed to carry on here. Somerville tried to poke that one forward there, but he has won the ball back. Oh, it's gone straight back to O'Hare again. How lucky do you want to get? Ball back with Coventry, but it's giving it straight to Gray. Gray plays it through to Bamford now. Bamford tries to play it back. Here's Bamford inside the box. Bamford trying to fashion a chance to shoot. Hits a player. Could have possibly have been a handball, but I think it would have been a harsh one because his arms were down. Now Firpo wins it back. Kamara now. Here's Kamara into Somerville. Somerville inside the box. Tries to poke it through, and it's going to be a Leeds throw-in the end. That looked like it was going for a corner then. We need to be keeping the ball better than we have been doing. Yeah, we just seem to just... Leicester 1-0 up against Birmingham. Oh, God. I don't know what the foul was here or what the injury was. Bamford should have just, I don't know, he tried to play that across without even looking, but then he never had the chance again to actually get a clear shot on goal. Thanks, Lee. I'm assuming that your name's not actually Lee Bowyer, so... But I just have to call you Lee. Oh, right, okay. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. So the 23rd and the 24th minute for those two, yeah. Well, 3. If you get what I mean, those two separate ones. I don't know what that was and why he was down there. Well, we might see Mateo Jose come on a little bit later on, Mr. P or Peru or someone like that. Jorginho still seems to be holding his knee, you know. Dewsbury Hall. God, he's the bane of our lives, isn't he? Leeds have got a throw in then, but they're just not taking it yet, that's all. I mean, I don't think it is out of focus. Here's Firpo. Firpo gets it across the box and Bamford's missed an absolute sitter and it's gone for a throw-in. There, that should be better. Am I now in focus? Let's have a look at this again. Firpo plays it across the box. I want to see it from another angle because I think Bamford, don't know if he got I feel like he got a touch on it and just didn't manage to steer it in. Bidwell with a long throw in. Well, it's gone high but not very far. Bamford now wins it back. Here's Jorginho. Jorginho nutmegs the player and gives it back to Bamford, who tries to play it back here. And Jorginho nearly wins it back in the box. It's a chaos here at the moment, and now Bidwell can finally clear it. Rodon does really well there, but he has had to head it back to right. Rodon's going to get the better of right here and force that one out for a throw-in. Really good by Rodon. Good defending. Should probably have been a free kick to Leeds there. I don't know what's been given. I think it might have just been a throw-in in the end. Wright's just holding him and trying to push him the whole time. Oh no, it is a free kick to Leeds. Meslier, it wasn't his fault. Somebody should have headed that away before. Archie should have cleared it when he was trying to shield it out, which allowed the player, I think it was Bidwell, to actually keep the ball in play in the first place, when he should have just kicked it away. And then there was other players who didn't get to the ball first, and then Mellier's just not close enough to it to get there. I think it's like every goal you concede, it's a shared blame. It's not just on one player. Here's Firpo and Ampadu. Now Ampadu here. Kamara, back to Ampadu. Firpo's on and he gives it to him. Firpo, back to Ampadu. Now Kamara. Kamara to Rodon. Here's Dan James. Now Gruev. Dan James has barely touched the ball in this game because it's just not really gone out to him. Now Kamara. Back to Ampadu. Here's Firpo now. Back to Kamara. Now Jorginho. Plays a nice ball out to Firpo. Firpo may be able to get the ball back in the box again here, but he plays it to the edge for Kamara. Now Firpo. Somerville again. Kamara. Firpo's lost it here to Gruev. To Van Nieuwijk. But then a good tackle by Ampadu. But Ampadu has flown off the pitch there and hurt himself, I think. He's flown into the advertising hoardings, I think. What a knob. What's he called? Thomas. Van Nieuwijk is over there trying to see if Ampadu's okay, trying to help him. And Thomas comes over and yanks his shirt back and goes, "Get away from him." What are you doing, mate? He's hurt himself. I don't know how he could have hurt himself too much there. Let's have a look. Ooh, he might have just jarred his leg or something as he went over the turf. So he did leave a big lump. Leicester top 1-0 up, yeah. Van Nieuwijk with the throw-in. Headed away by Ampadu. Now Kamara heads it on towards Bamford. Headed away again by Coventry. Van Nieuwijk. O'Hare heads it forward to Ellis Sims, who heads it again forward to Wright, who heads it back to Sims, and then his shot way across the face of goal was never going to trouble Meslier. Yeah, he just bangs it from distance there. Imagine if that goes in, that's going to be ridiculous. Here's Gruev. Nice ball into Somerville. Back to Gruev again. To Rodon. Here's Jorginho. Loses the ball again, Jorginho there. He's not having a great game, I don't think. Here's Dan James into Bamford. How does Bamford even manage to leave the ball behind? He's done well to win it back, though. Well done, Bamford. Now to Kamara. Kamara tackled and Leeds lost the ball again here. Just as we're looking promising and that we're trying to come forward again. Oh, Rodon's fouled there by Wright, and it's going to be a Leeds free kick. Oh. Meslier now. Across to Ampadu. Now Kamara. Ampadu again here. Somerville. Ampadu. Back to Firpo. Firpo down the line to Somerville. Somerville tries to flick it past the player, but the player's going to be able to take a touch and clear that one there. Only as far as Kamara, though, who takes a good touch and gives it back to Firpo. Here's Kamara again. Needs options. Plays it into Bamford's feet. Bamford's sandwiched there by a couple of players. I don't understand how that's not a foul. Rodon's going to have to get there ahead of Sims, and he does really well to do so. But how is that not a foul on Bamford? He just got completely sandwiched between two players. I don't particularly rate Anthony. I don't think he adds much. I mean, get Nonto on, yeah, but maybe not Anthony. Ball with the Coventry City defenders here. Sends it forward. But Ampadu can pick that one up easily. Now Gray. Back to Meslier. Rodon. He's Ampadu again. Rodon and Ampadu temporarily have switched. Ampadu plays a long ball forward here. Right towards the corner where no players can keep up with it. Van Nieuwk's claiming that Patrick Bamford had a kick out at him there, but I don't think so. I get what you're saying, John, but Farke just does not make substitutions at half-time unless there's an injury, so I can't see it. Collins is going to take this now. With what, Jeff? Which bit? It's going to be a Leeds throw in there. Actually great to take it just in front of Daniel Farke's technical area. Bidwell plays that ball down the line, but it's only going to be picked up by Rodon, sorry. And he's played it straight into touch. It's going to be a throw into Coventry City here. Gruev trying to get the ball away from O'Hare, but he's managed to play it inside. He tries to take it with him there, and he can't. So the ball comes in the box from Bidwell, headed away there brilliantly by Ampadu. I think it was on Firpo, and Firpo's now gone down. Firpo's gone down with a potential head injury here. Sorry, yeah. It looks like it. Good defending there by Firpo. Here's Kamara. Leeds might be on the break here. If Kamara can find the right pass. He does play it towards Bamford, and then Bamford can't get the better of the defender there, but he has won Leeds a throw in higher up the pitch, so Leeds have managed to gain a lot of yards there. Firpo now with the throw in. Throws it into Kamara. Flicks it around the corner to Jorginho. Here's Jorginho now looking for options. Pokes it through towards Somerville, but Coventry can just let that one go out for a goal kick there. There's no spark, there's no catalyst in this Leeds attack, and we just seem to be... Yeah, Nonto's on the bench. Nonto's back on the bench, and so's Connor Roberts. So there is those options back now. We've got Gruev, Roberts, and Nonto all back. Headed away by Rodon. Now Jorginho. Still going with it, Jorginho. He's going to get fouled here, Jorginho. The ref's not giving it. I don't get why the ref won't give any decisions today. Here's Bidwell. Now into the midfield. Ball chipped up towards the right wing of Coventry, but cleared away by Firpo, and now it's going to be a throw-in to Coventry. It's on LUTV, as long as you're not in the UK. Here's Van Nieuwijk into O'Hare. Played out wide. Now Ellis Sims. Back into the midfield again, looking for an option. To O'Hare again. Leeds doing well to force them backwards here and not really letting them through. Ball all the way back to the goalkeeper now. O'Hare. Drops it off into the midfield and then a long ball forward down the line, but headed away by Firpo, only to be headed straight back to Hadji Wright. Now Van Nieuwijk on the right-hand side. Puts the ball into the box. It's away by Ampadu, but only as far as Van Nieuwijk will get a second bite of the cherry to put this ball in, but he doesn't. He goes backwards. Now Coventry get the ball in midfield again and look to play the ball into Palmer. Palmer goes to shoot. Good defending there by Leeds, and Leeds might be on the break here. Here's Jorginho. Dan James needs to get on his bike. Good ball from Jorginho into Dan James. Dan James, I think, is going to cut in on his left here, and he goes to shoot. Headed away by the defender. Gruev does really well there. Gets the ball to Firpo. Here's Kamara. Now Gruev. Rodon. Back to Ampadu again. Now Gruev. Kamara. Firpo's out left. He needs someone beyond him, but nobody's gone and made that run. Here's Kamara. Gruev. Back to Kamara again. Now Ampadu. Oh, Jorginho has been gone right through the back of there by Van Nieuwijk, and Leeds have won a free kick in a fairly decent position. Although I'd imagine we'd probably take it short and just pass it around sideways. Somerville then going to be the one to take this free kick. Looking for a chance to put it in the box. Looks like they are actually going to try and put this one in the box. You've got a couple of players standing on the line there, hoping to get into the box. Ball comes in. Headed out to the edge. Picked up by Dan James. Kamara plays it out wide to Somerville again, but good ball down the line to Dan James here. Dan James cuts back inside. He's being held onto the whole time. Gives the ball back to Somerville now. Just don't see a way through. They've got so many. They must have had 8 players on the box there. On the edge of their own box, they must have had 8 players. And I just don't see a way through it at the moment, the way we're playing. Here's Ampadu. Now, Kamara, how can they have gone so wobbly from the start defensively? A great ball from Dan James into Firpo, who wins Leeds a corner. Is it a goal kick? You've got to be taking the mick. Just nothing's going in our favour. Leicester 1-1 against Birmingham now. Well, that's good news for us, at least. I mean, if all 3 of us lose, then it's not the end of the world, but you don't really want to take that chance. Don't know if Dan James's shot on his left foot before was going in or what. No, it was going well wide, but Bamford might have been able to get on the end of it. Jorginho does well to get that header. Here's Somerville. Tries to play it into Bamford, but Bamford tried to go long as Somerville wanted him to come short and lost the ball. But here's Firpo with it again. We are just so slow in our build-up, aren't we? Here's Ampadu. Now Kamara. Ampadu again. Gruev. Ampadu chips that one down the line. Jorginho cannot get there, and it's going to be a throw into Coventry. Jorginho can't believe that that's a throw into Coventry. Okay, Danny, we get the point. Is that the only phrase that you know? Let's have a look. Yeah, this literally came directly off the side of Van Nieuwk's head and somehow was a Coventry throw-in. But Leeds have won the ball back, although Gruev was just giving it away. But Gray can play that one nicely back to Meslier. Here's Rodon. Ball down the line to Archie Gray. He's going to have to go backwards again because there's just no options. Here's Gruev into Kamara, who's going to go backwards again to Ampadu. Here's Firpo. There's just no... Have they got an extra player on the pitch or something? There's just no way through them defensively. Here's Jorginho. Tries to poke it through, but then somehow they've come away with the ball again here, and a long ball forward that Rodon can clean up and give to Meslier. Here's Ampadu. Ampadu with a long ball forward towards Jorginho, who can't get there, and the goalkeeper gets it. 3 minutes added onto this first half, by the way. Collins is taking his time over this one, as you'd expect. He's right. Kamara pokes that one on. It's actually going to stay in play here. And Van Nieuwk picks it up. Gives it back to Collins. Collins sends that one long. 2 minutes left here. Ampadu. Long ball forward towards Bamford. Bamford might get there, you know, and it's headed back to the goalkeeper again. Bamford nearly gets there, but the goal he just needs to put his shoulder into him to stop him from heading it there, Bamford. Sent long up towards the halfway line from the goalkeeper. Away by Firpo. Headed back forwards again by Van Nieuwk. Headed away by Ampadu. Gruev. Jorginho. Jorginho tries to play it through to Dan James. He should have gone the other way to Somerville because Somerville was on then. is Palmer. Just to go backwards here to Bidwell. Came off Dan James, and it's going to be a throw into Coventry here. Yeah, Jorginho doesn't seem he's fully himself. Bamford's not great. The thing is, this is why we wanted a number 10, because who else is going to play in a number 10 role and actually be an effective number 10? He's right. Goes to shoot, blocked, headed away by Rodon, cleared away by Gruev. 20 seconds to go here of this half. Headed forward again by Bidwell, away by Rodon. Away by Rodon again, and this time it's going to go out for a throw-in. What's going wrong? Just we're moving the ball too slowly, which is allowing them to get set and get in their shape. It's like a training ground exercise for them. Like, we're slowly coming forward enough to give them time to sit back into their shape. So that's the end of the first half. That's the end of the first half, and I am just going to go and have a quick break. So I'll be back in about 30 seconds. So don't go anywhere. Be back very, very soon. Just as Rob says, tempo is massive for us. That's what we'll talk about when we get back in a second. So thanks for your patience, and I'll be back in just a minute. Hello. So pick up where we left off. Rob was saying tempo is massive for us, and absolutely it is. The reason that when I was saying, okay, we'll look at Coventry when we come forward and they seem to have 8 players across the box, is because we give them time to get set. We give them time to go back in, and we give them time to go and sit in front of their box and get completely organised as if they would be on a training ground or in a training ground exercise. And it's annoying because if you move the ball quicker, they don't have that time to get set. And we do seem to be slowing things right down. We seem to be going from side to side and then going backwards and just not really opening ourselves up to create the opportunities to open up their defence. And that's what we did good early on. In the first 10 minutes, we did really well at moving the ball quickly, opening up that space and creating chances in behind. And we nearly scored a couple of goals. But since then, we've not created anything because we've not been moving the ball fast enough. So it's very, very annoying. Truebacker saying they're very organised and not leaving room for DJ to run into, which is obviously that comes into what we were saying there about Leeds being able to potentially move the ball a bit quicker. And if they did, it might give us a chance to get the ball into the box quicker. But at the moment, we're just too slow to do any of it, and it's very, very irritating. So yeah, we need to move that ball quicker. And I don't know whether, I mean, I like Dan James and I think he's been fantastic this season, but in this game, I'm not 100% on whether that is this type of game's his forte. Like, I think it might be best for it to be Nonto in a game like this, where there's not as much space and he might be able to create something of his own. After that, people suggested Mateo Joseph, which I can see because I don't think Bamford's having a great game at all, really. Whilst some people go too far and say that Bamford's completely useless, I think Bamford's got his uses, but in this game he's not doing very well, so he needs to be swapped out for somebody like Mateo Joseph or Joel Peru, the player that we bought that scored 22 goals in the Championship last season and 20-odd in the Championship season before. So it's about just making the right decisions now, and I think bringing on Joel Peru or Mateo Joseph is going to be a good shout. I think Mateo Joseph's just shown flashes of what he can do, and every time he comes on he seems to get chances, and that can't be a coincidence. So I can see why people want that, and I would agree, but I don't think it's going to happen for quite a while. I think it's going to be a bit later on in the game. What else are we saying? Creed does look disinterested and not willing to go down the line. Yeah, because a lot of the time he's coming inside, which is then to open up the space for somebody like Firpo. But then a lot of the time Firpo finds himself out wide with the ball, and then there's nobody for him to create a pass to. Like, there's nobody running beyond him, and he's stuck, and he has to go back to Kamara, who slows things down because he's not really the type of player to play one of those cutting, incisive passes that somebody like Ruter might play. So it's about moving quicker, moving to our positions quicker, getting those routines and scripted patterns of play down to a T, really. And at the moment, they've been really, really struggling to do so. Chewbacca saying Georgie's got no kind of first touch this afternoon either. And then Ben Rad Music Chat along the same lines is saying Ruter is reminding me of when Harrison would just try to keep going and beat three players until he runs down a dead end. Yeah, it can be frustrating to watch because I think he's the type of player who is also seeing where Leeds are going wrong in terms of not moving the ball fast enough and not creating things. And I think what that does is then that doesn't allow Leeds to create chances. So he's then going, well, I'm going to do it myself. I'm just going to create this chance myself. And he's obviously then trying to create something out of nothing, which is when he loses the ball. So as it stands, Leicester go level on points with us and we still say second. So it's not the end of the world, but I would like to see us get back into this game and at least get a draw out of it, if not a win. I want to get a win. Thanks, Render. Really appreciate the super like chat thing. Super chat. Something. Where were we? 45 minutes is plenty of time, Rob's saying. And Karen saying we need to up the tempo, foot on the gas. Yeah, absolutely. And I think maybe introducing some other players into this team like Nonto and Mateo Joseph might help that. Bamford will need a screamer to find his confidence. Always happens when he misses a sitter like last match. Yeah, well, he's missed probably one or two sitters in this game as well. I don't know how we haven't scored. I really don't. Grave should have shot there, and he just shot in the end was terrible, just on that replay. But yeah, it's just about getting some players on and trying to make things move a little bit quicker. It's frustrating to watch, I must say, at the moment. Yeah, Leicester's 1-1, isn't it, at half time? Mateo unsettles defences. Coventry are loving having Bamford on his as he's easy to manage today. God, I couldn't speak then. Yep, smash that like button. Let's try and get up to 200, eh? I've got 164 likes and 293 people in the chat, so try and hit that like button. But yeah, I'd like to see some substitutions. Engage with your audience. Start a poll. Let's do first sub time. As we always do. I know it's just... You know it's just pointless, but it's a bit of fun in it. And you can see whether you got it right or not. There we go. Treebacker will be voting for 61 to 70. Render saying you can see what Gruev brings with that first half, as frustrating as it is, can still see a bit more control. I think first sub should be now. Bamford off for Joseph. Yeah. Should be after 60 minutes, but will be after 70. Graham saying, yeah, I would like to see Leeds bring on thanks, Mr. P. Sometimes, like in general life, I never like stutter or struggle to say something. But on a stream, when I'm talking for like 2 hours, sometimes I just can't get my words out because I'm talking so much, and I'm like, oh, I just have to take a second to be like, right, what am I trying to say? What's my point? But thanks, Mr. P. What were we saying before? You can see what Gruev brings in. Oh, yeah. It should be 60 minutes, but it'll be after 70. I'd like to see a player get half an hour off the bench, a proper half an hour run at the game. But for me, I don't think it's happening enough. We're bringing on players of 70, which maybe gives you 25 minutes, but sometimes I think you need 35 minutes to properly affect a game. Even if it's like 65th minute, I wouldn't mind that being the time where you bring on Mateo Joseph and Willy Gnonto. Those are the two that I would bring on, Mateo Joseph and Wilfred Gnonto. I mean, people talking about Kamara slowing things down in midfield and things like that, but I don't know. I don't really know who else you could bring on and put them in the... I don't know who else you could put on in the midfield, in a central midfield role like that. I mean, on the bench, you've got Darlow, who's obviously a goalkeeper, Robert, Byram, Cresswell, Cooper, all defenders, right back, left back, and two centre backs. Then you've got Jadon Anthony, Wilfred Gnonto, Joel Peru, and Mateo Joseph, who are all wingers and forwards. You've got no actual central midfielders, no box to box, no number 8 midfielder on the bench. So you can't really even take Kamara off, I wouldn't say. Yeah, Roberts is on the bench. I think I just mentioned that a second ago, but yeah, he is on the bench. So it's I think it's something that can be changed without changing any personnel, to be honest. I think Daniel Farke's a good enough manager to get into them at half-time and say, you have to move the ball quicker, you have to take maybe a few more risks going forward. But I don't know whether he can change this game that much without bringing on substitutions, but I believe he can, because I think he's done it before. I think he did it at halftime in the Watford game, and then he made those substitutions, and that made it even better. So hopefully that's a repeat of what we get here, and we score 2 goals in the second half, which would give us a nice 2-1 win. So let's hope for that. Yeah, at the moment it's not looking great for us, but hopefully, if I can get into them at halftime and make a change for these players. See, Bamford, I don't actually think is. I don't know. I just don't think he tries to run in behind that much, or when he does, people don't want to pick him out. He made a lot of runs where no one's tried to get the ball to him, but you can see why, because sometimes when he does get the ball, he makes a mess of it, and it leaves us without the ball again, and it's like, oh well. It's frustrating. Very frustrating. Mr. P saying, leave midfield as it is to be changed, changed to be made. as it is. Change. Getting Gnonto and Joseph on, they offer more midfield, more than a midfield change would do, as all our players are already on the pitch. All our midfielders, honestly, I cannot read, I cannot speak, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I think it's got to be Gnonto and Joseph. I think they're both enough to change something. I mean, Joseph better at the grubby 6-yard box stuff, John Buck saying. I think that's a good point, to be honest, because I think some of the chances that Firpo's managed to square across the box, I think that's Mateo Joseph territory, that, and I think he taps them in. So potentially you could see that. Okay, let's go for this then, right? I'm going to put it in the chat now. My prediction... Firpo cut back from the byline. Joseph finishes it off. Sorry, my grammar was terrible on this last massage. Looks like the Coventry players are already back out on the pitch, but Leeds aren't. Oh, look, Mellier's coming out now. I'll end that poll now for the half. This when the subs are going to come on, so at least we'll know. You'll know what you voted for anyway, won't you? Darlow's coming back out when some of the first team players coming back out. Ooh, Vaca making some halftime subs here. The fourth official is coming in with his thing, and he's going to make some substitutions. Oh, great! Back onto an advert for iFollow. Looks like a sub, doesn't it? Connor Roberts is on. Oh, I'm an idiot. When we said about putting someone else in midfield who've got on the bench, yeah, Gray goes in midfield and Roberts goes to right back. It's a good job I'm not the manager. I forgot that Connor Roberts would play in right back and we'd put Gray in midfield. So yes, Connor Roberts is coming on. I think it's only one substitution though, isn't it? Why am I not listening to you, Chewy Backer? What did you say? Oh, Roberts on for Kamara, Archie into midfield for me. That's a great shout. That's a great shout because you said that before it happened, I think. On for who? Kamara, yeah. On for Kamara. Afternoon, Sajal. Underway here again at what used to be the Ricoh Arena. Long ball forward here from Coventry. Here's Dan James. Tries to play it into Jorginho, but it's away and now down the line to right, where Roberts is going to have to try and defend against him. He's a big lad, right, isn't he, for a winger? Whipped into the box by Bidwell, but it goes over everyone and headed away by Firpo. Here's Somerville. Tries to get away from Van Uyck, but Van Uyck reads that one. Now the ball can be spread across to Bidwell again. Here's Wright. Now played back again. Back into the midfield. Archie Gray trying to chase this one down. Forces him to play it out wide to Van Uyck. Now Palmer. Good block there by Firpo, but it's going to be a throw into Coventry City here. Dropped back off again, but it's a little touch there by Jorginho, and it's going to be a throw in to Van Nieuwijk for Coventry here. Set piece, yeah, it was. Thanks, Brian. Really appreciate you becoming a Leeds Lately member. Thanks for joining us. And if you want to become a Leeds Lately member like Brian just did, hit that join button. Thanks so much for joining, Brian. He's Ellis Sims. He showed a little bit too much of that one to Gruev, and Gruev's managed to get the ball away from him. Here's Somerville. Somerville tries to go past Van Nieuwijk, but he's just run it into touch in the end, and it's going to be a throw into Coventry City, and now the ball's back in play again. Ball with the Coventry City defenders here, played into the holding midfielder and then dropped back off to the defenders again. Long raking ball out to the left wing now for Connor Roberts to have to deal with against Wright, but Wright's chested that one down, but only to Dan James, and then Wright's just completely thrown. How on earth is that not a foul? Dan James has just been completely manhandled. Now O'Hare goes forward with it. Still going, and now he's gone down, and it's still going to be... I think this referee just doesn't give any fouls because we just fouled them. Here's Somerville. Now Jorginho. Jorginho comes forward. Jorginho is fouled there, and that is going to be a free kick to Leeds now in a good position. Thank you, CB, for the super sticker. Really appreciate that. Bring on Nonto, Joseph, and Peru, but don't take anybody off. Yeah, that would be a good. That would be a good shout, wouldn't it? Yeah, the one against Jorginho had to be a foul. So, Crescencio Somerville then stands over this one. O'Hare is the one-man wall, I think. O'Hare cannot possibly have shin pads in his socks. It's a super chat. Oh, but doesn't say anything. Hi, I love Darwizzy. Thanks for the support. Somerville then goes to put this one in the box. Curls it in towards the back post. Headed by Rodon. It's saved by the keeper and tipped away. Now Van Nieuwijk. Up against Somerville. Connor Roberts is on the cover. Somerville's doing really well to force him backwards there, but here come Coventry still. Ball into the box towards the back post for Wright, and he's just put it in the back of the net. It's 2-0. It's 2-0. That's awful from Leeds. There are subs, yeah. Kamara came off and Gray moved into midfield and Connor Roberts went to right back. Jesus. If only our shot had gone in, why do things like that happen? Somerville did well to force Van Nieuwijk backwards there, but then it's just give them time to whip the ball into the box. I've got to say, it's a fantastic finish by Wright to be able to do that. But it's a really, really good finish, but there's nothing Meslier could have done on that one just before anybody blames it on him. That was just really poor from really poor defending from Leeds. Here's Gray, pokes it forward to Bamford. Bamford out wide now to Jorginho. Jorginho into Bamford. Bamford inside the box. He just gets tackled and they can come away with the ball here. Here's Palmer. Palmer towards Sims. Rodon doing well to force him backwards here, but here's Wright. Now Bidwell. We're third now on goal difference. Our fan base is so pessimistic. Darren's just playoffs. But I mean, currently, yeah, we're third in the playoffs, but we still have games and time to even win the league. So we're not out of it, are we? We're 1 point behind Ipswich. 1 point behind Ipswich and level on points with Leicester. Somerville tackled there, but it hits him and goes out for a Coventry throw-in. We're not going to be in the playoffs. Let's just say that. We're not going to be in the playoffs. We're going to be in the automatic spots come the end of the season. Believe. Here's Ampadu. Good outside of the football forward here. Bamford can chase that one down, but it's cleared by Coventry and then goes all the way back to Connor Roberts. Here's Ampadu. Now Firpo. Back to Gray. Yes, we could be. Of course we could be in the playoffs, but what we're doing is choosing to believe that we're going to... everybody has a bad game. This is going to be our first defeat of the year. Yeah, there you go, Sajal. 13 wins out of 15. Here's Gruev. Now Jorginho. Good turn from him. Still going. Manages to get the ball to Dan James. Dan James across the box and cleared, and it's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Yeah, the game's not over yet. Crossman 52, I feel a glorious comeback. Come on, Leeds. I mean, we scored 2 goals in the second half against Watford, so why can't we do that against Coventry? Watford are no better than... Coventry are no better than Watford. We just need to book our ideas up. Here's Rodon. Somerville now. Here's Somerville still going. Tries to get the ball across the box, goes over everyone, but goes to Connor Roberts at the back post. Back into the box and cleared away again. Now that is optimistic, Ravi. Crossman 52 saying, as we as fans sometimes act like these players don't want to win more than us. Do you think any of them want to play in the Premier League? Come on, Gray. Out wide to Somerville. Here's Gray again. Gruev to Connor Roberts. Now Gruev again. Roberts. Leeds being forced to go backwards here by the organisation of Coventry, but again, we're just not moving the ball quick enough. Here's Connor Roberts. Again, back to Rodon, where the ball came from. Now Ampadu. Render saying, if ever a game is calling out for Joseph, it's this game. Can't keep it in there. Firpo, so it's going to be a goal kick to Coventry. Mr. P saying, of course we can come back, but playing like this, unfortunately, seeing our first defeat of 2024. I mean, yeah, and people going, oh, it's playoffs, it's playoffs, it's playoffs. We haven't lost this entire calendar year so far in 15 games. That's a ridiculously good run. If we lose, you can say that we were due one. We haven't lost in so long. Here's Ampadu. Plays that ball over the top. Oh no, I'm seeing the same replay from a minute ago. What the hell? Here's Gray. Now Bamford. Back to Gray. Gray over to Dan James, who keeps it in nicely. Now Connor Roberts. Here's Jorginho. Jorginho trying to do too much with it again. Oh, and then he's fouled the player. Yeah. Also, look, Leicester are drawing and Ipswich lost. If they'd both won, then I could understand why people would be panicking more. But Ipswich have dropped 3 points as well. They lost. We only have to be better than one of those two teams to go up as well. We only have to be better than one of them, not both. Cleared away by Firpo. Now forward by Rodon, but then forward again by Coventry. Here's O'Hare. Bidwell. Back inside again. Wright's in again here. Can play the ball across the box. Cleared away by Ampadu. Here's Roberts. Back to Rodon. Now Gray. Now Bamford picks that one up and drops it off to Somerville. Somerville, nice ball out to Connor Roberts. It's too far, too much on it. Yeah, see everybody being positive. Love that positivity, everyone. We've got this. I mean, maybe not particularly this game, but we've got this promotion run. We can do this. Here's Gray. Back to Meslier. Now Meslier again. Rodon. Ampadu. Ball down the line to Somerville. Somerville doing really well to get the ball across the box, and he's saved by the goalkeeper. It's going to be a corner kick to Leeds. I don't know how he saved that. I want to see it again. Somerville did so well. This is what you want Somerville doing, running at players and getting the ball across the box. He just hasn't been able to do that. That's a handball, surely, from the defender, isn't it? Did he not handball that to the goalkeeper? Somerville then. Corner kick towards the penalty spot. It's headed away by Rodon, of all people. I think just terrible header. I think we need to make some substitutions now, really, in the 60th minute to 65th minute. I think that's when we need to start making substitutions. I think Nonto needs to come on. And I think Somerville needs to do more of that, what he was doing then. Get the ball across the box. Run at players and we move the ball quick to get there, so... There's a balloon on the pitch at the moment. Here's Ampadu. Now Gray. Gruev. Gray again. Now Bamford. Good turn from Bamford. Being fouled the whole time here, but cleared the way. Now Bamford again. Here's Jorginho. Dan James. Crosses the ball into the box. Goes over everyone and Gray can pick it up. On the left wing now. Just open up a bit of space and cross the ball in, Gray. Oh, he's absolutely done. Oh, he nearly goes through there. Gray did so well. Now Somerville. Back to Gruev. Dan James crosses it in. Straight up for the goalkeeper to catch after Connor Roberts' header was deflected back up into the air. If you remember, though, Alfie, we weren't particularly good in the last game. We still lacked that sort of level of control that we needed Gruev back for. Here's Somerville. Back to Ampadu. Now Gray. Now Ampadu. Firpo. Back to Gray. Leeds just not really moving the ball at all at any sort of speed. Here's Firpo. Now Gray. Across to Gruev. Now out wide to Dan James. This is a bit better. There's a little bit more space to open up here. And here's Jorginho. Tries to play it back through to Dan James, but just nothing Jorginho is doing is going anywhere today. They're going to try and clear this here, but Dan James has done really well, and that's actually going to be a Leeds throw-in. Really good work by Dan James there. Yeah, we do have players carrying injuries and operations. Bidwell just got a yellow card for carrying the ball and taking it away. We always mess it up when we have a chance to capitalise on other teams' defeats. Yeah, we do. I think if we just... I don't know. I think if we play first, we always seem to do all right when we play first. It's going to be Connor Roberts then to take a long throw-in into the box here. Roberts throws that one in. Goalkeeper can catch it, but he has fumbled it here and then cleared away again by Palmer. Goalkeeper fumbled that completely there. Yeah, his player got the... It just always drops to one of their players. Here's Rodon. Now Ampadu. Just play it quicker. Here's Firpo. Back to Ampadu. See a pass, play it. Archie Gray made a good run there, but just try playing the pass rather than just waiting for the safe option. Here's Ampadu. Fouled there, but the referee again is giving nothing. Roberts. Back to Gruev, who lays it off to... lets it go all the way through to Rodon. Firpo now. Now Somerville. Back to Gray. Across to Gruev. Back to Gray again. Out wide now to Firpo. Somerville's got to go and help him out here. This is what I'm talking about. It doesn't give him the option. Now Gruev. Back to Gray. And Leeds are being forced backwards here. This is not great at all. Here's Firpo. Tries to play it to Somerville, who tries to turn the corner. He felt like he was fouled there, but good block by Firpo, and Leeds might be able to win the ball back here, and they do through Gruev. Here's Dan James into Bamford. Bamford back to Jorginho, tries to play it through to Dan James, and it just bounces through to the goalkeeper. Yeah, now. Pull the trigger now, Farker. Bring on Mateo Joseph. Here's Bidwell. It's going to be a throw into Coventry City there. It's way back there, though, that throw in. Coventry are making a change. Bringing on Letterbudier. For Palmer, so they're bringing on a centre back for a winger. Bamford's coming off, and Archie Gray's coming off for Joel Peru and Mateo Joseph. So Mateo Joseph is at last on the pitch. He's going to get a good half an hour in this game, plus the injury time and stuff. Okay, William, no worries. Oh no, Archie Gray's staying on. So who else went off then? Who else went off? Is it Gruev that's gone off? It is. It's Gruev that's gone off. Maybe he's trying to not injure him. He's Ampadu and Gray. Melier into Rodon. Gray with a sprayed ball out wide to Dan James. It's just gone past him. He can't get to it. Yeah, maybe Willie's not ready for 30 minutes. Gruev the one who's gone off. Yeah, I know Gruev's a holding midfielder, but that doesn't mean that you don't need to just not concede more goals. Headed back to Melier by Connor Roberts, and now he rolls it out to Ampadu. Let's have a bit of get up and go about you. Into Joel Peru. Back to Rodon. Rodon's pass was a bit loose there, but he still managed to get to Firpo, who plays it into Mateo Joseph, who's going to try and get the ball there, but he can't. Cleared away by Coventry City. Here's Gray. Peru does well to win that one back. Now Ampadu. Ampadu with a great ball out wide here to Dan James. Dan James up against Bidwell, who of course is on a yellow card. Dan James clips that one back across the box. Here's Somerville. Tries to shoot. Oh, cleared off the line there by the defender. Was that going in from Somerville? Don't know, but it was a very good defensive clearance there. Somerville with the corner then takes it short. Back to Somerville. Back to the edge for Dan James. Dan James shoots. Just terrible. Really terrible. Connor Robertson with the corner kick. Whips that one in. Headed away. And then cleared by Sims, but Somerville can get there ahead of him. Here's Archie Gray. All the way back to Melier. Now Ampadu. Now Gray. Looking for a pass, but we just don't even look like scoring. I know we are trying, but it doesn't look like we're trying to go forward or do anything. Here's Rodon into Mateo Joseph. Now Joel Peru. To Dan James, who crosses it in. Cleared away. Actually hit a Leeds player. Good tackle there by Mateo Joseph. And now Somerville inside the box. Somerville tries to play it back to Joel Peru. Peru makes the tackle though, and then eventually Coventry can clear it. But that was better getting forward there. Gray was fouled there, and now Leeds can get a free kick just inside the Coventry half. Yellow card for the Coventry player. Here's Gray. Rodon. Plays it out wide to Dan James. He's going to have to try and do it himself here, Dan James, who does well to get the ball to Roberts. Now Joel Peru. Plays it across to Gray. Gray can find Firpo out on the left-hand side now. Firpo crosses it into the box, headed, and it's going to be nearly kept in by Peru, but you can't reach it. Another goal kick again to Coventry then. Dan James's header was awful. Taking the time over this. I would imagine that Farker's going to do that thing where he just puts on every attacker we've got and takes off all our defenders. His right coming towards the box and just absolutely sends that one flying over the Leeds bar, and Leeds can get a goal kick. Yeah, but then why would you put Nonto on the bench if he wasn't fit? Here's Ampadu. Just try and play the long ball. Try and do something. Here's Firpo. Back to Ampadu. Now Rodon. We don't even pass the ball quick. Like, at the actual pace of pass we do, it seems to be really slow. Dan James just... Does he keep that one in? Yeah, he does. Here's Somerville. Gives it to Gray. Now Roberts. Gray again. 5 more likes to 200, guys. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Here's Ampadu. Comes forward now. Gives it to Gray. Now, Connor Roberts. Peru to Dan James inside the box. Mateo Joseph tries to turn. Here's Connor Roberts is fouled there in the box. Surely to God that's a penalty. How can you hold on to him and pull him to the ground and it not be a foul? That's a foul anywhere on the pitch. Hey, we've hit 200 likes. Thanks, everyone. Now Melier. I don't understand how that wasn't a penalty. How can you grab somebody's shoulders like that, pull them to the ground, and then it not be a foul? Connor Roberts. Back to Ampadu. Now Rodon. Now Somerville. Still got the ball here, does really well. Inside to Peru. Takes a weird touch, but still has the ball. Now Ampadu. Connor Roberts. Down the line to Dan James. Dan James turns back. Back again to Ampadu. Now Somerville. Why would we do that? Just if you've got that many players in the box, put the ball in the box. Don't pass it to Somerville, who's got a man next to him. Here's Joel Peru. Now to Mateo Joseph, who gives it straight to a Coventry player, but now Firpo can pick it back up. Here's Mateo Joseph. Goes past his man, and now he's on the wing, Mateo Joseph. Going to try and get the ball inside. Here's Jorginho in the box. Jorginho still going in the box here. Tries to play it across. Peru puts it in the back of the net. 2-1. Come on. Get the ball. Get the ball and go and take the kickoff. Yes, well done, Peru. Come on. Let's get the ball. Let's go and play again. By the way, I know you probably weren't here, Ricky, when I said it, but please nobody put a goal. Please nobody say when there's been a goal in the chat before I've reacted to it, because I won't have seen it, and it'll be a spoiler for me if you're ahead of me. Yeah. 15 minutes left plus whatever's added on. Come on, Leeds. Let's hope it's the catalyst. No worries, Ricky. You didn't know. I didn't say very recently. I only said at the start of the stream. Good finish from Joel Peru. Mateo, not Mateo, what do you call him? Jorginho did really, really well there. He was fouled, and well, I don't know if he was fouled, but he somehow managed to get back up on his feet and get the ball in to Joel Peru. But I think Wright has just elbowed Connor Roberts in the back of the head. Here's Ampadu. Go on, Crossman. Here's Rodon. Now Dan James. James still going with it. Drops it back off to Connor Roberts, who pokes it back to Rodon here. Here's Rodon. Good ball into Jorginho. Gets the ball out wide to Connor Roberts. Connor Roberts into the box. Goes over everybody, but Firpo can pick it up on the opposite side. See, this is where you want Firpo to just put the ball in the back in the box again, just to hope that we get one of the drop downs. Here's Gray. Leeds are going to have to go backwards now to Ampadu. Let's put the heebie-jeebies up him. Here's Rodon. Out wide to Connor Roberts. Dan James is probably going to make a run beyond him. No, he comes short for it. Here's Dan James. Into Jorginho. Jorginho looking for a chance to shoot. Plays it across to Firpo. Now Gray. Back into Joel Peru again. Back to Rodon. Connor Roberts. Back into Peru. Good pass from Roberts. Here's Peru. Into Mateo Joseph. Now Peru again. Shoots! Goalkeeper saves it. This is better from Leeds. This is better from Leeds. That might be your worst ever 1CB. A BG's joke. Peru just needed to get a stronger contact on the ball there. Alright, goes. Firpo wins that one. Straight to a Coventry player, though. And here he comes forward with it. Drops it off to Wright. Who's going to go backwards here to Bidwell. Now into the midfield. Leeds need to try and win the ball back here and get on a counter-attack. Ball across the box. Cleared away by Ampadu. Not very far, though, and Peru wins the second header. Just over the halfway line. And now Coventry have the ball back again. Looks like they're going to have a little bit of possession here. Somerville wins the ball back, though. Somerville probably fouled by Van Uyck there, but he keeps going. Still going, Somerville here. Tries to poke the ball through to Jorginho, but it's a really good tackle there by Coventry in the end. Ball out wide to Haji Wright then. He might be able to get the ball in the box here. Here he is, Wright, trying to go past Connor Roberts. Trying to open up a chance to shoot, but Leeds can get the ball away here. Now Ampadu charging forward with it down the left-hand side, up to the halfway line. Has to give it back to Firpo in the end. Now Ampadu. Plays it across to Archie Gray, and now Joe Rodon picks it up. Come on, Leeds. Joe Rodon, Archie Gray. Now Roberts. Leeds look like they're out of energy here. Gray. We had that little bit of spark after we scored the goal, and now we seem to have gone slow again. Ampadu. Into Mateo Joseph. Ball's fortunately dropped to Somerville there after Joseph was tackled. Now Firpo to cut the ball back. Coventry players trying to shield that away, and he does well in the end to defend that. Leeds win it back though. Here's Gray. Wow, Chewy Backer. Ball down the line. Dan James back to Jorginho. Just absolutely shanks that into the stand. He just absolutely tanked that over the bar there. It was terrible. Nonto coming on yet. Long ball forward here. Here's Ampadu. Back to Roberts. Now Ampadu again. Here's Rodon. Connor Roberts back to Rodon. Firpo back to Ampadu. Leeds I just don't understand why we're not. I get that you don't want to just rush and give the ball away and things, but like, it's like we're not trying to get forward here. Good ball into Connor Roberts there from Dan James. Back to Dan James again here. Dan James crosses it into the box towards the back post, headed away. But Firpo might be able to pick that one up off Van Uwijk. Oh, it's going to be a throw into Coventry. Leicester 2-1 against Birmingham as well, is it? Oh, God. Dan James off. Willie Nonto on. Here's Rodon. Now Connor Roberts. Second half possession. I don't know if it's the whole game, but 67% to Leeds, 33% to Coventry. So we have really started to dominate this now, and we just need something else to show for it. Here's Gray. I mean, here's Connor Roberts. I mean, if Birmingham equalise again, then we've cut the goal difference down to the point where we're still in second if Leicester draw. Wilfried Nonto wins Leeds a corner kick. Good first contribution from him. Yeah, Nonto tried to go past right there, but his cross into the box was blocked away, and now Connor Roberts has a free kick. Roberts' corner comes in. Headed away. Now Somerville pokes it back to Gray. Gray always does that. He always goes all the way back to Meslier. Gets the ball again back here, Gray. Now Connor Roberts. You've got to think that Jorginho's always capable of that moment of magic. Nonto's ball into the box here. Cleared away, but only as far as Somerville. Somerville picks it back up. Here's Gray. Now Piru. Now Mateo Joseph. Back to Nonto. Nonto across the box. Cleared away. Then cleared away again. Ampadu does really well with that. Gives it back to Meslier. Here's Connor Roberts. 5 minutes to go plus whatever's added on. Connor Roberts. Now Ampadu. Out wide here to Firpo. Down the line to Somerville. Ampadu. Good ball into Jorginho. Doesn't quite manage to keep that under control there. Outside of the football, but I think Nonto's going to win that back, and he does. Well done by Nonto there. Gets the ball straight back to Connor Roberts. Now Mateo Joseph into Joel Piru. He's got Nonto outside him. Here is Nonto. Nonto crosses the ball into the box. It's headed away. Joel Peru wins it back, chests it down to Nonto. Back into Connor Roberts here. Here's Joel Peru, just bangs it over the bar. It's like we've run out of ideas. It's like we just run out of ideas. I don't really know why. Yeah, Connor Roberts, he just gives the ball to Peru there, and it just first time just whacks it over the bar. Like, you've got to find a pass there. I think there was a pass on to Firpo or Jorginho inside the box. Cleared away by Coventry. Headed away by Firpo. Dyers, Sims and Ampadu are still holding on to each other, and neither of them will let go of each other. Why don't you let him go, Sims? Why are you still holding him? Sims has been holding him for ages. Why is Ampadu if Ampadu gets a yellow card for this, honestly... I don't understand how Ampadu gets a yellow card for that when Sims has literally just got him in a headlock for ages. Why does Sims just keep him in a headlock for about 30 seconds? What a sado you are, Danny Pollock. Put you in timeout for 30 minutes and you waited in that entire 30 minutes to come and put another chat in the chat. Now you're gone again, so well done. Haji Wright is coming off. Has Haji Wright played for another team that we've played this season? Haji Wright's coming off, and they brought another defender. Here's Gray. Out to Nonto. Now Connor Roberts. Plays it across to Ampadu. Come on, Leeds. Let's go and get an equaliser. Here's Somerville. Cleared away by Coventry, but Leeds have a throw-in. Now Gray. Yeah, thank you. Gray just got put... You can't just put two hands on him and push him over. Free kick to Leeds then. Chance to get the ball in the box with 30 seconds to go of regulation time. We need to throw the kitchen sink at this now. We really do need to try and get everybody forward. Firpo the one taking this free kick then. Come on. Firpo crosses it into the box. Gone past everyone. And I think it's going to be a goal kick, you know. Oh, no. 5 added minutes. They're on the screen now. 5 minutes added time. This referee's awful. I'm not sure about the potential corruption GJP, but the actual standard of refereeing has been terrible. Really bad. Rodon wins that header. Oh, now the ball's been won off Nonto. Rodon does really well to get that away. Thank you, Karen. Really appreciate that. Here's Nonto. Here's Gray. Now Connor Roberts. Again, we're going backwards. Do you not realise we're in injury time? Joseph gives that one back to Somerville, who does really well to actually keep the ball there. And that's a terrible tackle from the Coventry player there on Firpo. That's knee height. Five minutes of extra time. I think I'm actually just going to minimise the chat just whilst this injury time happens, just in case anybody says what has happened in the game. I don't want to know when people go full time or things like that. Full time 0-0. 2-1, sorry. Firpo stands over this free kick, gets ready to put it in the box. Firpo crosses that one into Mateo Joseph, and here's Joel Peru. His shot so tame. There's a corner to Leeds here, but what is Joel Peru doing? What is he doing? Such a good pass. What is that? Here's Somerville. Back to Roberts. He's got to put it in the box now. Puts it across the box to Nonto. Nonto tries to get to the byline and cut it back across, but it's going to be another Leeds corner. Peru should have finished that, man. That should have been 2-2. He really should have finished that. It should have been 2-2 right there. I don't understand how he didn't put it in the back of the net there. He's one-on-one with the goalkeeper. He's supposed to be the best finisher at the club, and it was a, what do you call it? A trickler, P-roller, headed away by Coventry. Won by Archie Gray. Back out to Nonto. That's not a foul. Oh, what a load of poo. I can't understand how Joel Peru put that little power on that shot. Oh, God. Free kick taken now. It's going to go out for a Leeds throw-in. I know Leeds have got a free kick because Sims was fouling someone. Here's Ampadu. Back to Melier. Can't believe we're playing around with it at the back. Now Rodon. Right, you've got to charge forward with it. Now Peru. Back to Gray. Now Ampadu. You've got to come forward. Firpo. Back to Ampadu. Now Firpo again. Firpo plays a good ball out to Wilfred Nonto, who brings it down. Nonto looking to create something here. Headed away, but here's Joel Peru. Back to Mateo Joseph. Here's Nonto. Leeds are going to win another corner. Oh, my God. I can't watch. I don't understand how Joel Peru didn't put that in the back of the net before. Melier's come up for this one. Scenes if Melier heads this in. I know I can't see the chat, but I'd imagine people in the chat are already putting that the game's over. What a terrible corner that is. What are you doing? Are you taking the mick? How can you possibly have a 95-plus minute corner and take it and it hit the front man like that? That's horrendous. Leeds have lost. Where are we? Get this back up. Yeah, awful. Anyway, thanks everybody for joining me. I am going to have to go and quickly make my Ratch reaction, and then I'll be on Joe's channel in a minute. So look out for that. I'll be live on Joe's channel in a minute. So thanks everyone, and I'll see you next time on Leeds Lately. Thank you so much everybody for joining me. See you next time.